Hello to all my loyal followers. Hi, you guys. I have very few views, and so I just want to let you all know I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. And I also appreciate your comments. So, I just, when I was driving over here, we are under alert for high winds. And the winds can be really strong. They're usually east of the city though, but a lot of people commute. I used to work in Alpine, and the wind can whip out there pretty good, but if you continue up the 8, the winds are really bad. I was working out by Buckman Springs because I had it in mind to buy some property out there at one time. You have to go quite a ways. It's like in between San Diego and El Centro. And I was going to the Adventist church, and they said, you must have a farm. So I said to myself, wow, I must have a farm. And I was working out that way, thinking about this farm thing, looking around, scouting around, and that would be a good place. But, one time when those winds came back, I had to go back the Tecate way. I almost had a heart attack. Little windy roads, and it was really horrifying. And so I do have some concept of how to get out of the city the Tecate way now, and it's right by where I live. I could, go out that way if something happened. But what was horrifying was to think about sometimes when people are trying to get over to the U.S., they go down that hill without headlights. Oh my God. Danger. Okay, I am still thinking about this power outage. And I don't like to dwell on stuff either, but I do like to prepare a little bit. So you need food. It was doubtful some of them had much food in Texas. Water, it had to be boiled. Shelter, heat, no heat. Cash, gas, and a weapon. So from what I heard, they rushed to the store and bought stuff they needed. And I have heard about this, when the hurricanes, come in, they do the same thing, and it is so much better to prepare, although it's impossible to fully prepare. If it had just been a power outage, that is bad enough. But the water thing on top of it was just all that much worse. So what I'm going to be doing is preparing for power outages, and it's brutally hot here. And so what I have is I am very fortunate because in this place I have a high balcony. Not as high as the last place and not as low as the place before, but just nice and high so nobody can breach it. And I could sleep out there if needs be. God forbid. It depended how long a power outage would last. Out here they generally only last at the most overnight. And then the apartment the townhouse I have, I was super lucky. Whoever owned it before the guy I rent from bought it, he built a lot of add-ons. And one of the things he has in there is a loft, and I assume to create 2 bedrooms. And so in the top loft, if the power went out, I was thinking about just jamming all my eBay stuff up in there, but I'm going to create a small room. And another thing I'm going to be looking for is insulation that I can just hang, taking no chances. And then the issue of the water thing, I'm looking into that because I do not believe this is the last of these power outages and water problems. We get our water out here almost entirely, I think, well, not entirely, but the Colorado River. Also, preparation for floods. What I'm preparing for is at the first sign of trouble, evacuation. I mean, big trouble, it's best to just evacuate in your car. and I am preparing for that. I want to show you guys something. See this mask? Somehow I must have had it in my pocket, and I washed and dried it. So I got a bunch of masks, you know, floating around. So I am going to wash them and see what happens. Like if you live in a hospital, oh, smart, go and wash your mask. Another thing, if you didn't see it, Walmart has these little flashlights for $1, and they put out a lot of light. You'd be surprised. I have bought 4 of those so far. And so today I'm running errands. I have to do my walking, and I may be shopping around for some stuff at the thrift store if I can swing by there. I want to give you guys a good pineapple upside down cake recipe. I'm still not settled from my move, like why I had this recipe floating around, I don't know, but this is like a gourmet pineapple upside down cake. But what would be good is just to use a yellow cake mix and put 1/2, well, it says here medium pineapple, peeled, quartered lengthwise and cored. But what I would do is I would just drain. I have a lot of pineapple, and that would be good with my tea parties. I have a lot of pineapple in my stockpile that I want to use. And 3/4 stick unsalted butter and 3/4 cup packed light brown sugar. And just put that on the bottom and put my yellow cake mix on the top. Another thing is I have a really good dessert, and what it is lemon pudding, and you tear up angel food cake and you mix that into your pudding when it's done. Use the ones you cook, and then spread, when it's cool and set, spread whipped cream on the top and some toasted onions, toasted almonds. But I was thinking, you know, those strawberry shortcake cakes? Why not put the lemon on top of that with some whipped cream and some toasted almonds? That would be easy too. Or just a slice of angel food cake, you know, that would be good too. So the tea parties are going good. For lunch, I like a sandwich with a small fruit or a small vegetable, some kind of small salad, and the tea party thing works out really good. And so what I think, one of the main things you want to do is a varied diet. You don't want to eat the same thing every single day. If you can vary your diet, that's so much better, because then you're going to get an assortment of nutrients. You know, one thing, if I was living in my car, that would be so bad is like eating tuna every day or eating the sandwiches at Walmart. I like Taco Bell food myself, and Del Taco. I like Del Taco's bean burritos, and then they have those deals where, you know, you get several items and it's really cheap. So, but you know, I'm not eating out that much because of the COVID. Now, did you guys hear Johnson & Johnson's one-time COVID shot has come out, and that's the good news. The bad news is it's only 60% effective. So I think they've rushed a lot of these trials, and you know, the results are really questionable. So even if I get vaccinated, if every single person on the planet is vaccinated, I will, you know, wear my masks and my gloves just to make sure. I don't care if nobody else in the country is doing it for a while. So this year we've had these weather events and the COVID. So do I think that's another thing I heard was, you know, you can expect power outages if you don't pay your utilities. And out here in California, they're getting pretty much horrifying. But it's one of those things that you've got to pay your utilities no matter what. And I wanted to mention one more thing about the people that I saw that evacuated out here. I'm pretty sure they evacuated. They had that look about them. They look to have some serious amounts of cash and money. They had big trucks that looked like you could go through snow, you could go through anything, water, and it looked like to me that they had made haste and just driven straight here, and their very expensive vehicles were very, very dirty. Like one time my sister moved to Idaho, and when she came back in her van, it had that look too. It was really bad up there. So I myself, if this area becomes unsafe, I will relocate. I am thinking about buying another residence just in case, because in other states things are not expensive like California. But as long as California stays safe, expensive, okay, you can just cut all your expenses down to nothing somewhere else and, you know, pay your rent and utilities and like get a car paid for and, you know, live cheap. But if it becomes unsafe, like the last place I lived was relatively safe, but I thought it's not safe enough. So be putting that in the back of your minds as well. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and God bless you all.